Blue moon, you saw me standing alone. Hey, y'all, come on in. You're here on a great day.
We have a new release today from Wits and Small Batch Goods.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
we are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Your chair's always open. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on YouTube, why, come on in the live chat. Meet the Whiff Pack. Cool group of friends hanging out from all over the world. Gorguts is having coffee. Brent and Mary Beth are in there. Andrew, they'd love to meet you too.
They would. And for our mention today, Marcus would like to talk about one of his new hats.
Y'all, constant viewers will know that I'm on a scally cap adventure thanks to the ever-growing size of my flesh-colored yarmulke up here, and I discovered Boston Scally. This is the third one that I've shown on the show. This is called the Kraken, and check it out. The logo in the lining, and how beautiful is this, is a cousin, clearly, to the Wits End Small Batch Goods logo, and I love this. It goes perfectly with khakis. It's fitted. It's dapper. It is the level of craftsmanship that we expect in the wet shaving hobby brought to life in the scally cap world, and I love this company. Their customer service is second to none, and I'm having a really good time collecting these hats. If you buy two, the third one is 50% off. So you might want to wait until there are three that you like. And they do collabs. There was a Slush Puppies one that just dropped, and a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collab coming this week. Check out bostonscally.com to see what they've got going on over there. And what is our soap today?
This is a special release that it turns out is going to maybe be a yearly one as well. Thank you so much for including this one, Kenneth. Let's meet him.
All right, y'all, from the Etsy page for Wits End Small Batch Goods.
Ultimate Sacrifice is a limited collection that will be added each May in honor of Law Enforcement Appreciation Month and National Police Week. This year's fragrance is inspired by Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. Notes of bergamot, mandarin, sea salt, rosemary, grapefruit, and Brazilian rosewood. A light, refreshing, and crisp citrus aquatic fragrance. A portion of the proceeds is to be donated to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund.
So y'all might be noticing a blue theme on the show today, including my brush and bowl for the thin blue line. Hey, Wits End Small Batch Goods, thank you for doing this special soap, and thank you for sending it to us for free to review. Let's take it out of the box.
Fragile.
I know, it must be Italian. This is the box that we had our Verdure one come in. That always makes me think of 30 Rock and the Rural Juror.
There you go.
But check out the beautiful branding on the Wits End packaging. Y'all, is that not awesome? And look at this! It comes with stickers and candy! They understood the assignment. We just got a few new shaved cabinets, and they are stickerless
They need
right
some
now.
stickers.
So this is desperately needed.
There's
here
a few in there. My goodness.
And I know. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, so there's that one, the red, white, and blue one, probably for the 4th of July coming up. Oh, that's
he's
gorgeous.
fancy.
Look at that one, y'all. And here is the soap itself.
Wow,
isn't
look
that
at that.
a beautiful sticker? And y'all, these are
Gorgeous.
3-dimensional. They're like puffy stickers. They're amazing, and they're always perfectly applied. And whoever does this branding, our hats are off. Some of the best in the wet shaving world. All right, y'all. Well, Wits End has become one of my favorite new artisans. I used Root Beer Float here a couple of nights ago, and I'm excited to add another one. I think our 5th.
I think so.
To the collection. Come along with us for this unknown first impression. Have you ever smelled light blue?
I don't know. I was looking at the bottle and it looked vaguely familiar. I did not have it, but I'm wondering if somebody I knew might have had it, or just in magazines back in the 90s or something.
I remember it being pretty iconic up there with like Blue de Chanel kind of stuff.
I'm
Why don't
first.
you take this in? Now, blue fragrances are kind of known as being freshies, but also with sort of an aquatic note kind of blended into there, and sometimes some greeny stuff. So who knows what we're going to find in this one.
Okay. Let's see, y'all. Man, this label is great. I just want to keep staring at it. I swear there's silver in here, but I don't think there is. Here's the pour for those who like to see.
All right.
Dolce & Gabbana. Here we go.
Take it in. D&G.
Okay, it is slightly familiar. I did not wear this, but I think it was big enough that I knew people that wore this. It does have that fresh, clean, approaching aquatic without going too far into the Mandarin or coastal vibes. I'm getting more the fresh air off the sea, maybe more than anything. So I like that it's actually called light blue, because that's actually the color I'm getting. I know some of y'all like to know what colors I'm getting, and I really do. I get like that crystal clear, see through the ocean kind of color, not the dark blue side. There's something that's really like cleansing for the soul about this. So it really does fit the concept of this scent as well. Like I do feel like if you have any worries or something, starting your day with this whiff would really just put you on the right foot, I think. Okay, so I think the surprising thing is this is way more of a unisex aquatic. Sometimes when you read a cologne and you read aquatic next to it, I just assume it's more like the Acqua di Gio kind of sides or something like that. That does push it a little bit more. Maybe it's the woods or something with the spices in there that pushes it to the more masculine side. This one I think is right on that center line. Like it could go either way. There must be a lighter floral or something a little sweeter that's making me think I'd actually even use this more than I thought. But then it goes a little more brisk and clean and crisp, and I think that's where it will be good on you.
Gotcha.
I think it is more the Mandarin than like a bergamot. A lot of times the aquatics, the bergamot leads me in, but I think it's something a little sweeter. So I think the Mandarin's helping kind of approach that without getting candied, just a gentle sweet citrus. And then it goes to like a fresh aquatic breeze. Like I think that's more like where it's the fresh water, almost sea salt. At least my mind's putting that in there. It may not be a scent note, but I feel like it should be. And then a light wood. Like nothing in this pulls this darker. It stays like that see-through light blue the whole time. So I'm sure there's something in it that's like a base note, but I think it's like a light wood that's maybe as dark as this even gets.
Gotcha. Like the lone cypress.
It might
Carmel,
be. It just
right?
might be.
At Pebble Beach.
There's nothing fougere about this, but I do feel like there's some kind of a clean green in here. I don't think it's eucalyptus. I don't think it's mint, but it's doing that same job as those would do.
Is it a mean green mother from outer space? Because that's what's on the label.
Some of the ones that are more homages to different colognes, to me, they get a little like where things overlap so much it's hard to pull the scent notes apart.
Right.
This one, I feel like I still have a clear view of it. So
Nice.
It's not there's so many scent notes I can't pull them apart. I'm liking how these are all interacting. And depending on if I go for more the brighter, cleaner Mandarin bring me in with, it kind of stays in that upper tier. If I go for the woodsy kind of portion, I think then it helps me look up, like perspective scent wise.
Right.
So I it's not quite sand, but it's the color of sand. Whatever that wood is, that's as dark as this gets, my friend. So it's like a light tan, maybe, whatever that wood could be.
The fantasy note of driftwood.
There you go.
Perhaps.
And that super clean part in the middle, it's not a powder, it's not a talc, but it's like a bright white clean, like kind of the Marcus Fresh Clean scent in that lane. It doesn't go barbershop-y, but it's kind of that similar like cleanliness side that really makes you feel like you did just step out of the shower, you're getting ready to start your day. This has that perfect clean vibe throughout the whiff. I think I remember this came out in the early 2000s, and I can tell, like there's something still very current. I guess that's 25 years ago, but there is something still very current about this. Like I think if I gave this to a newbie today, they would thoroughly enjoy this whiff just as much as we are.
Yeah, she's right.
I feel like this scent just makes me want to smile. Like this is the perfect time of year to be taking a whiff of this. Like spring, approaching summer. Like this to me is a morning scent. Like you know the rest of the day is probably going to get a little hotter out in the sun. So it kind of has just that morning crisp coming through. And I think that's part of the clean thing that's happening, which I'm enjoying. I'm glad that we've smelled Acqua di Gio and Acqua di Parma and some of those other ones first, because I think that was the freshy aquatic kind of vibe that we were in. You can see where that aquatic has turned into something like this a few years later. So that lineage kind of goes through in the cologne world, but I think this is way more crowd pleasing. Like this has a more all-inclusive aquatic kind of vibe for me, at least. So I'm curious to see what you think.
Ooh, I'm excited. All right,
Yeah.
taking it in. Shaking clam. Oh, there's something rocky and musky in
There
the
you
middle
go.
that give it an edge that Acqua di Gio does not have. Acqua di Gio is a bit more watery. Well, aqua, right? No. This is where the water hits the shore. Hold on. This is lovely. Hold on. I can see now why you said it's not a fougere. This is as if you had to take things from the sea alone and build a different kind of fougere out of them, because the woods are spicy and the citruses go high and deep. And y'all, I bring you glad tidings of great joy. I don't think this would qualify for the Marcus Clean scent because that has to be more transparent. This has quite a personality. Like if I were to smell this tomorrow, even though I've only taken a couple whiffs of it, my memory would be able to hold. the song that this is singing, which only some of the greatest perfuming houses are able to accomplish, well, Dolce & Gabbana, right? And it's where the citrus meets the wood, and both are very spicy, and both sides of those spices are clicking together. It's a white wood, it's a chypre kind of thing. I'm thinking cypress, which would be a bit inspired because we do have the lone cypress here in California. And the citruses, even though we read mandarin before, do not go candied.
No.
This is the more tart, the more brisk, the almost sour side of those citruses, but it's how they're being balanced out by the sweets. Aquatics get really sweet. Y'all know this. You've experienced this. That sourness, that tartness of the citrus is what's pulling against that sweetness to open up that personality in the middle. And then the musks fill in all the gaps like an epoxy on a gym floor. I don't get bergamot, believe it or not, as much as I get like a crisp country lemon.
I'm with you.
Sitting in the middle of this with like the lemon zest burst of flavor from your fingernail. This is something else.
That's why I think I just kept getting clean. Like I couldn't get away from that word. And I think that's what's helping it.
Yeah, the woods don't go brown at all. Nothing mahogany-ish or redwood-ish. No. These are light, bright, white woods. And it's funny, I thought I'd find more of something green in here, but it's not. It is turquoise blue.
Yep.
This color she's wearing is very apropos. It's not this color. And y'all, this is now hearkening to something a bit familiar. You know what I think this is? I think this is the lower third of what they built Aventus on. I think these are the shoulders on which Aventus is standing. And y'all, Olivier Creed just left the planet a couple of weeks ago, off to points unknown. Sir, we owe you a debt.
And it's interesting for me because I kept getting like the aqua department. Like there's parts in this that you can really see like the lineage of what aquatics can do in the perfuming world.
The aqua department that goes all the way back, the aqua de Gio that reinvented that.
Right.
And this is kind of reinventing that. Ooh, now, do you sense a bit of the base of what could become Aventus in that? Like add some pineapple, add some musks, add some spices on top.
I think so. Okay, because Aventus doesn't go too dark for me.
Right.
I think I get what you're saying. Like this is like the basement. Well, I guess the sandy floor. I don't know wherever that goes.
Right.
But that could turn into like the gentle sweets, not quite feminine, but just like the candied side of where Aventus takes off with the pineapple zone.
And much like Aventus rides that unisex line, this is kind of the beginning of that, I think. I wouldn't necessarily put this in one lane or the other. This is kind of a scent that speaks to where you've been. I've spent the day at Stinson Beach. I've spent the day out on a sailboat. And you know, it's bracing and it's not all that sweet for an aquatic. You know how when you're at the beach, you can kind of get a sweetness from the woods, from the water, from the sand, but it's a delicate, subtle sweet. That's what this one is. So the tartness, even the sours of the citrus can kind of become the spine of this. I'm surprised at how sweet this is not.
Right. It still gives off a sweet vibe, but it's gentle about it. It's not in your face.
Yeah, Bleu de Chanel goes way sweeter. That goes in the sweet directions. This goes in that tart, citrusy direction and then down to those woods.
It is interesting that we just did Verdure, which was like a crazy green fougere, but then there's like nothing green about this one. So having them next to each other, they're polar opposites.
And neither one has oak moss, so it's been a good week for me. Okay, if you rent the world's most bougiest beach house in Monte Carlo, and you walk in and somebody's already opened all of the windows and pulled back all of the curtains, this
I'm with you.
is the scent of that place. And that's what I love. When you pass somebody, I think just subconsciously, they would just be like, oh, he's been out for adventure today. And for the musk fans, there's a healthy dose of Hedione in there, brightening up and exciting this kind of a mix. It was a musk that was kind of misunderstood for a while because it doesn't really smell like anything on its own. But when you put it together with different things, it has a way of making them go click and pop. All right, y'all, well, come along with us. Let's go back to the sales page, look at these scent notes, and build you a fantastic lather. All right, y'all, back to the Etsy page for Wits End Small Batch Goods. We start with scent notes of
bergamot, mandarin,
got it.
And there was sea salt.
Hey, you're right. She is indeed the olfactory queen. And then we've got rosemary and grapefruit. That's where some of that tartness is coming in. But y'all, to tell a family secret, oak moss and grapefruit are kind of on my list of offenders. So I love it when it's used correctly, when it's used subtly, when it's used so that other notes can go click, click, click and use it for its strengths and not its pokiness. And that's how the grapefruit's being used in here. I almost perceive it as lemon.
Well, I even think I was getting it more as like almost approaching a floral somehow. Like it was adding a sweet without going too sweet. And that must be how it's happening.
And rosemary, too. It's just giving that cold blast of something that would almost be menthol in another soap, in a Blizzard battle soap. But it's not. This is how it's doing the cool. It's that beautiful heart of a rosemary. Not even to the extent that I'd recognize it, but it's mixing with the salt, I think, to give me that sense of sea air.
And earlier I was saying it was clean. Like it was not a barbershop, but it was kind of had something in there that was similar. And I think that's also where the cleanliness side is coming through.
Right. And then, y'all, just about my favorite wood in the entire fragrance world, rosewood. But it's turned down. So the rosewood in American Vintage, where it's really prominent in that Macduff scent from the Razor Company collab, fabulous, almost smells like the inside of a classic Rickenbacker guitar case. But here, just offering a subtle landing pad of woody spice for it to land on, almost smells like a chypre kind of thing, like a cypress tree to me.
I even was getting like the image of sand, like that lighter tan color somehow. So I don't know exactly who's making that happen, but maybe it's just because the grapefruit is right next to the rosewood. They're helping kind of tame each other.
And y'all, from the Fragrantica website for Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme, we've got scent notes of
grapefruit, bergamot, Sicilian mandarin, and juniper's a little different.
There you go. That's what's meeting with the rosemary to offer that sense of crisp ocean air. Love it.
Middle notes are pepper, rosemary, and Brazilian rosewood.
There you go.
Base notes are musk, incense, and oak moss.
I have been shamwoozled.
Yep.
Bamboozled!
Maybe Kenneth took a little bit on the inspiring portion and took a little out for you.
I think he did, because I am not sensing my arch nemesis, oak moss, in this. Grapefruit and oak moss?
Yep.
Really? I don't really get either one. I get more of the lemony sense of the citrus. I'm not sensing, you said Fougere.
Right.
She's too smart.
Apparently, this is a winner of an award, Fifi Award Fragrance of the Year, Men's Luxe 2008.
The Fifi. No, Fifi. And y'all, continuing on with the blue theme, this is my Phantom Aerolite brush from PAA. The blue itself is an homage to the backyard swimming pools of the 80s and 90s we grew up with. And this is my Captain's Choice Aquamarine Bowl, handmade copper bowl, a superlative piece of hardware. All right, and this
soft one,
is
so
a
be gentle.
Soft soap, y'all, just like that. If you happen to tubload this, send us a video. And I'm just going to spread this out to make a thin layer of soap under my fingers like this. And then hit it with some mist from the Sean and Julie Memorial Bougie Sprayer. I'm going to add a little extra water because it's an aquatic. It works that way. All right, and I'm just going to start drawing the soap up onto the bristles of this brush, which are almost dry except for a little bit of the water that's been sprayed on top of the soap. And then if I need a little bit more, I'll just dip the tips of the brush down into the water to help transfer the soap up onto the brush. The idea is to move the soap first, build a lather later. And then look at this. No real lather's been built yet, but most of the soap is now hiding amongst the bristles, ready to go to the face, to the legs, or back to the bowl. Now I'm going to start bringing in a little bit of water at a time. And the lather man cometh. We like our bubbles tiny. We don't really like to see sea foam overflowing the edges of the bowl. So this lather method is a bit about control. And I always build the lather in the bowl a little bit thicker than I want the final version to be, because I'm going to mix it with the ton of water that's going to be on my face and build the final part of the lather there. And your gut will tell you if she needs a little bit of water. Trust it.
A few moments later.
Woo! And there is that fabulous Wits End snowstorm that we were expecting. Look at the peaks. And this is something you'll only find here in the Barbershop Duet. This is the NYPD Blue Whiff on 3, 1, 2. Lovely. Oh, this breaks apart
It does.
exceptionally in the lather. I'm getting even more space between the notes.
And I gotta say, that one went a little more masculine here after it spread. Like the greens in there kind of came out a little more.
Yeah, a little bit more of those musks from the EDP are prevalent. But I love how sweet it doesn't get. Just as sweet as the natural scents you get sitting on the beach at Stinson, and nothing really beyond that. So here's how I like to build my lathers in the bathroom. I do a little bit of a pre-wash with my cube. I wash it off completely, and then I apply the lather over the top of that water. And see the little confetti bubbles? The little angel kisses that are there? And then look at that. Look how beautifully that sets up on the face. I mean, good night, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are. It does not hit me in the face with scent. It's just catching the breeze off the ocean as we walk the Bay Trail. That's what this reminds me of.
It's a wonderful, like, just escape kind of a scent. A little mini vacation in a tub. It really does have that gentle aquatic side.
Yeah, right. That's the perfect word. It is a gentle hand to guide you, because some of those can get a little bit punch in the face. All right, y'all, well, come along with us. We're going 20,000 leagues under the sea. Take this a little deeper. Y'all, this is so cool that they're honoring law enforcement at Wits End. There are a few artisans that we have met who are law enforcement or retired law enforcement, and we could not be more grateful for their service, and they're finding their way to this world.
I do love a portion of the proceeds are going to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund, too. That's a nice special touch.
Y'all, my best friend Jason, growing up, his dad was on the Richmond Police Force, and he was the canine officer. So Jason's family dog was Jake, a German Shepherd, who would dive off a roof to catch a guy. Y'all, we slept good on those sleepovers. After he retired from the police force, he ended up working for the Mechanics Bank, and he would send me pictures of myself at the ATM when he was looking for bad guys, and he'd find me. He'd be like, "Don't pick your nose, we're watching you." Pretty soon I just waved to him and I'd make signs. "Hi, Wayne." Thin blue line, light blue fragrance. Makes perfect sense to me. So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be Marcus at his best friend's house, sitting with Jake, the police dog. And you're going to ask him to sit, and he won't. And you're going to ask him to sit again, and he just looks at you and gives you kisses. And just about the time Jason says, "You have to tell him in German," you're going to get your own. So head over to witsendsbg.etsy.com to find this and all kinds of other cool stuff. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with Ultimate Sacrifice, and gotten to know an homage to an absolutely iconic new scent to us, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. An aquatic but different. A freshy but different. And this lather is also different. Y'all, thick, protective, comfortable, sets up in 30 seconds in your bowl, as thirsty as you want it to be, and I'm able to get under all of those patches that normally are a little bit of a struggle. I have to do a little bit of cleanup. No, not this. Right here, mows it down. Right here, that patch is completely gone. I could even be happy with a one-pass shave with this soap, and that is saying something. Thank you so much, Wits and Small Batch Goods, for believing in our little show. We will be back soon. Hey, welcome to Messages.
So for our June giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to get $25 to Zingari Man.
Yeah, y'all, and all you have to do to be eligible for this giveaway is send us an email here to WeSentYou@theBarbershopDuet.com so we can get back to you. It's the only way we communicate about our giveaways, and then check back on our first July episode to see if you are our lucky winner.
Best of luck.
And y'all, not to end the episode on too serious a note, but after 25 years in the funeral business, I have been witness to a few funerals of police officers who have been struck down in the line of duty. And the reason I'm getting emotional now is these are monumental events. Every officer, every black and white car for 100 miles is there. They overflow our parking lot. And the level of honor that is bestowed upon the family who had to suffer this unimaginable and unnecessary loss is just absolutely heartbreaking and inspiring, and a reminder that we should never forget those sacrifices and those who continue to put themselves on that thin blue line every day, carrying notes in their pocket for their loved ones in case something goes wrong. We are so happy to cover this scent and to honor all of you and that sacrifice.
Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching it.